Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about some awesome new things going on at Classically Abby. If you are new to my channel, here we talk about classic living and traditional values, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And if you haven't already subscribed to my Substack newsletter, where you'll get access to a ton of exclusive content, including some really cool new stuff that I'm about to share right now, make sure to head over to classicallyabby.substack.com. If you guys didn't know, I have a Substack newsletter where I do a ton of exclusive content. I talk about it at the beginning of all of my YouTube videos, but I haven't really shared a lot about it lately on my channel to share with you guys why you should join. But what's really exciting is that I just recently announced a bunch of new additional content that premium subscribers get access to that I think you're really gonna love. So I'm so excited to share it with you guys. This has been a long time in the making, and I absolutely love the community over at Substack. We are having the best time with the women there. We're discussing a bunch of interesting stuff, and it's really a wonderful place to meet people who share our worldviews, or if they disagree respectfully so we can have really fruitful conversations. So I'm really excited to get into today's video, so let's hop into it. Okay, so I want to start off by sharing a little bit about what we already do on my Substack newsletter. So if you don't know, you'll have the info. So starting off, if you become a premium subscriber, you'll get access to a weekly article that I write. And this really ranges the gamut from listicles like how to do your hair on a bad hair day to kind of thoughtful analyses of motherhood and relationships and stuff like that. And we also do weekly discussion threads where I pose a question and you guys write your answers in the comments and we discuss them. So for example, we've had what's your love language? Or if you could choose any name that isn't yours to be called, what name would you choose? So for example, I love the name Jean. I've always loved the name Jean. So I think if I wasn't named Abby, I would like to be called Jean. And it's really cool to see your guys' responses and then see you respond to each other. It's really fun. I also do a monthly live stream Q&A here on YouTube, but I only answer questions from my premium subscribers. So if you want to submit your questions to me over there, you can. You just submit your question and then I'll answer it in my live stream Q&A. And last but not least is our book club. So I absolutely love our book club. We are currently reading a book called The Undomestic Goddess. It's a really fun summer beach read, but it really fits in with a lot of the stuff we talk about here. And I think if you joined, you would absolutely love it. We do Zoom calls and we actually chat with each other in person, but over the internet. And it's a really cool way for us to get to know each other, discuss books. And the nice thing about it being on Zoom is you don't have to actually find somebody to babysit your kids if you have them and make your way somewhere. You can do it from home. So I love that about it. So that's what you're already getting for $7 a month. And if you sign up for the whole year, you get 2 months for free for $70, which is really just the cost of like one fancy drink from Starbucks. If you think about that, if you say, okay, I just won't get one fancy drink at Starbucks this month, instead I'll get all of this exclusive content, then it really makes sense. But I just announced a bunch of really exciting new things and I cannot wait to share. Okay, let's get right into it with my podcast. So I had initially had a podcast called The Classic Girls Guide, but I felt like it needed a little bit of an update. And so I have officially brought my husband on and we are doing a joint podcast called Classically Ever After. I'll read you the description that I wrote up. I wrote, here on our podcast, we will discuss the ins and outs of marriage and relationships, parenthood, classic living, and navigating the modern era while maintaining traditional values. From philosophy to practical advice, you'll find out what we really think. And it's so much fun. I love our podcast. We get to talk together. I've had him on my podcast before. Like before I changed my podcast to actually include him, he did a couple of guest spots on it, but it was always so much fun that I just wanted him to join regularly. So I said to myself, why not actually do that? Why not just have him become a part of the podcast? So we came up with the name Classically Ever After, and by we, I mean he. He came up with that name, which I love. It's so cute. And it's just a really fun way for us to share our thoughts with you guys. I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, Jacob and I inform each other's opinions all the time. So it's really kind of an important part of my content that I get to share those kind of behind the scenes conversations with you guys. So that's the newest update. It is so good, guys. You should definitely sign up just for that. And it's appropriate for both men and women because Jacob has a male perspective, I have a female perspective. So it's really a great podcast for men and women. But the next thing that I've introduced to my Substack premium subscription is the AV Club. So now what we're gonna do, we already have book club, which we love. So now we're gonna have the AV Club where we watch a movie or maybe even an opera in the future, and we discuss it all together once a month. So you watch the movie on your own, and then we just discuss it. So my plan with the AV Club is to watch films and then discuss them from a classic perspective, but I also want to kind of dissect how the film industry's pervasive leftist ideology bleeds into all of the media that we consume, which includes movies. And so much of our worldviews are really colored by the stuff that we consume in TV and movies. I mean, so much of what we think is normal is stuff that we see as kids in movies and TV. So I'm really looking forward to that. Our first movie is Breakfast at Tiffany's. You guys know I love Audrey Hepburn. So we're starting with Breakfast at Tiffany's, and that is another really exciting part. And last but not least are our monthly Zoom girl chats. So now we're gonna have an opportunity to have a chat just chilled out where we talk about relationships, motherhood with other women in the community. I'm so excited about this because the AV Club is great, but it's very directed. So is the book club. But now we're gonna have an opportunity to have a little bit more of a free-form conversation. So 3 Zoom calls a month. We're gonna have the Zoom call for AV Club, the Zoom call for book club, and the Zoom call for our monthly girl chats. I really hope you guys will subscribe. I think there's a lot of awesome content that is totally different than what we do here on my channel, but it's all in the same vein, and I think you'll really appreciate the one-on-one contact that you'll have as being a premium subscriber. So if you are interested, make sure to head over to classicallyabby.substack.com. It's only $7 a month, which is really not a lot when you think about it, or you can sign up for the whole year and get 2 months for free. So I hope I'll see you guys over on my Substack. Make sure to subscribe here and hit that notification bell. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, it's at classicallyabby, absolutely everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.